Television pilot, what's up, man? Mark Spurgeon. Hello, everyone. Been a great weekend to crappie fish. Had the chance to fish 3 lakes this week in Cedar Creek. Hibbert and Old Lake Ray Hubbard. Crappie are on the spawn. Go get them. Nice, man. Albert Highsaw, thanks so much for being here. Kind of give a little bit for everyone to kind of trickle in. I haven't been real consistent with these lives, but really haven't had much to talk about. But definitely got something to talk about today. That is for sure. Keith, what's going on? Thanks for being here, man. Appreciate it. Hope y'all can hear me all right. Hope everyone's had a great weekend. Hope everyone had a great Monday. Yeah, I've been good, Keith. Yeah, I switched up locations. Got out of that wind a little bit, Texas outdoors. Thanks so much for being here. Television pilot says he's still on the sad drive back. Almost there. I know those sad drives. Domingo, what's going on, man? Mark Williams, what's up? Hope everyone's doing well, like I said, this evening. It's today was a difficult day for sure. I appreciate that, Keith. I really do. Appreciate that, Albert. Yeah, if y'all could hit that thumbs up, I'd really appreciate that. YouTube likes that. Yes, sir, Mark. I definitely do have a lot to talk about. JD, thanks so much for being here. Hello from Lake Louisville, says JD. But yeah, I think I've kind of like figured out what's been going on. Luckily I've been able to get out quite a bit this year, and I've kind of focused on the white bass for a long time. And you are not going to believe what I think happened when I was doing that. Has everyone, Keith, do you think the weather has a big factor on the crappie? I think the weather has a huge factor on the crappie, Keith. Crappie and fishing in general is very weather based, certain conditions, certain weather, rain, storms, hot, cold, stuff like that. Outside of that, I don't pay attention to air pressure. I don't really pay attention to moon phase either, for that matter. If I get a chance to go, I'm gonna go, regardless of what the stuff, what the weather's doing at that point. Mark, going to Lake Waco Wednesday. If you want to go check it out, hit me up. Nice, man. Yeah, I appreciate that. Appreciate that, man. We have to get out there. But yeah, that weather, and that's part of the whole background on this today is so I don't know if y'all have noticed, but it seemed like this spring was very, very weird. It got warm really early, like late February, early March, and I was catching limits of sand bass, white bass, as they're most known, but I was catching limits of those. I remember, I think it was 26th, 27th, it might even been 25th of February. I went to the creek, caught like 40 of them. Nice ones. And ever since then, and I caught all those in one place for the most part. Ever since then, it seems like it's just kind of trickled away. I'm still catching some in there, but the numbers aren't there. And I think what happened, I think a lot of these fish have spawned early this year. I think especially the white bass. The white bass spawned, I think, when that warm spell happened, and we have had tons of rain. They've had plenty of current, plenty of warmth. I think they already spawned, majority of them. Just from what I'm seeing, and then today I went out looking for crappie, and I'll be honest, it was tough. I did not do any good. Caught a few fish, but had to work for them. It was super hot. It almost felt like July. I mean, it was hot today. And Got out there, looked around, and saw lots of signs that tell me that the spawn's winding down, at least in the creeks that I was at. There's a few things you can really look for that kind of clue you in on the spawn being over, and I was seeing those today. Albert, cold weather, muddy water. What is the best jig to use? I like solid white. Just a solid white fluke, Albert, or any kind of white jig. I like white and muddy water. Stephen Hawkins, thanks so much for being here. I hope you're doing well too, man. Yeah, television pilot's right on. One of the weirdest springs he can remember. Same for me too. Texas, I'm still catching numbers, but not many females now. Caught about 60 Sunday, but only 6 keepers, no females at all. Yeah, and that's typically for me, like when I start catching little fish like that, it tells you that it's kind of over. That those little fish aren't. If I pull in somewhere and I'm catching, big fish, solid fish, that tells me a lot. Those fish are mature. They're there for a reason. So I pulled into this creek, fished 2 creeks today. Both was kind of the same. I fished some creeks off Joe Pool and just did not do any good. I got in there, and right off the bat, I could tell there's a lot of shad in there. And so I didn't realize it at first, but as I started walking around, I think those shad were starting to spawn in that creek. And that usually for me is a telltale sign that it's over. Those shad supposedly spawn when that water is like 70 degrees, 70-ish plus. So for those shad to be spawning, that water had to be pretty close to 70. And I know for the crappie that 70, 75 degree mark is usually kind of when it kind of starts to fall off. And I think that's what's going on. I caught 3 fish, 2 of which were spawned out females. And that kind of told me a lot too. And carp were spawning, splashing around in the shallows. And that's another telltale sign for me. When those carp start splashing around and it's winding down, and those crappie don't like that they don't like those carp splashing around the spawn. Television pilot, it's almost like the spawn hasn't happened yet in places, but already happened. Exactly. It's almost like it feels like it didn't happen or it hasn't happened yet. But the signs there's also signs that it did happen. So it's really confusing. And I'm not real sure, to be honest, if they actually have. But the signs that I'm seeing definitely point me to that conclusion. And then just with the fish that I'm catching, the lack of fish I'm catching for that matter, it's just been really, really tough. So I think personally, which is about, normal, I guess, but it seems like it's a little early this year. It seems like the main lake spawn bite's going to get going a little better, a little quicker than usual, I think. I didn't check any main lake stuff today, but I'm going to soon, so. Santori, thanks for being here. I tried Levant for crappie, can't get a bite in the morning. All the fish I've been catching are at night, and none of the fish are shallow, 6 to 8 foot deep. I don't know if they are spawning yet. Yeah, and that's one of my theories is, and this is just my opinion based on just experience, if you have to catch fish at night in a certain area, those fish aren't there. Those fish are kind of, how do I put it? Those fish aren't committed. Like if you catch fish spawning at night, and then they're gone during the day, those fish aren't committed to spawning. Because if they're really wanting to spawn, they'll spawn in the middle of the day. It don't matter. So those fish will spawn deep. They will spawn, 10, 15 foot deep even sometimes if the water's clear enough. Hey, Fredo, thanks for being here. Oh, no problem, man. Hope you're feeling better, buddy. But yeah, that's just kind of what I've been noticing. So I don't know. I have to wait and let this wind die a little bit. I've got a trip this weekend. Gonna go look around at some stuff that I'm pretty sure should have something on it. If not, I'm gonna kind of move around, just kind of more main lake stuff. I think it'll be a lot more productive being on the main lake. Crop Express, thanks for being here, man. What depth and structure you find in the mat, man? That's a good question. So crappie right now, man, I'd say 1 to 10 foot is kind of my range on there. Kind of my range on there, but it varies greatly. But it just varies. I think too, what I think also happened is, and I've seen this before, on Louisville specifically, when that water gets warm and the conditions are right, and there's no fronts, and it gives a window, 3, 4, 5 days, where those fish can do their thing. They'll get in there and get out in an area and spawn out completely in 3 or 4 days. Like, they don't need that long of time. Sylvia's here.
Hi, everyone.
We're going to be trying to get her in more of the videos coming up. Maybe. Creeks Crappie Express. I'm going to check coves and stuff later, I think. Mark, hello, Fredo. You need to slow down with that back. Yeah, Fredo, you got to take it easy, bud. A1 Fishing, thanks for being here. What's up, Andy? Thanks for being here, man. Hello from Shreveport. Good to have you on. Just kind of going over what I've been finding out there. How has everyone else been doing? Have you been seeing the same thing, or have you, seen something totally different? I'd love to hear. I don't really know what else has been going on. That's just been based on my experience. But we had to. I want to do some kind of, I guess you can call some admin stuff, I guess, or stuff like that. But so I got channel memberships as well going on. Thanks so much, Fredo, again, buddy. There you can click the join button next to the channel name. That's just another way to support the channel. There's some perks in there, some different things like that. If you're interested, I do this full time now, so along with guiding. So if you know of anyone who's looking for a trip, and or just wants content to watch that's different, that's live scope in a boat, that's bank fishing, that's white bass, that's a little bit of everything, kayak fishing, jig and bobber, casting. I try to do it all, dock shooting. If you know someone who's interested in that, definitely show them my channel, and hopefully they'll enjoy. Channel memberships help a ton. As always too, if you're interested in super chats or Cash App, my wife will put that in there. She's with the boys right now, so. But that kind of stuff really goes a long ways now, more so than it has. Boat's been doing good. Crop Express. Knock on wood. I don't have any wood around here. Let's see. Do that. All right. It's been doing good. Knock on wood. But I'm actually cleaning it right now. I can show you guys. It's kind of a little bit of a mess, but it's just some stuff I got rigged up. But I'm like steam cleaning the carpet, just getting all that ready. I got this right here is just some trash, but I got just stuff out of the compartments. I'm going to be cleaning out the compartments in here. Just kind of doing a lot of stuff. I got the graphs right here, backpack. just kind of stuff scattered around. I'm going to clean this right here. This is pretty dirty. I got the rods right here. I'm going to also change the lower unit oil. I'm going to top off the grease and the bearings. Just kind of get it all ready. You know, I try to stay on top of that. I want to clean the boat up. I have not cleaned it up that good, and I'm getting ready to spend most of my time in the boat with the summer coming up, and you know, hopefully quite a bit of guide trips, you know. Fredo's slow at Relic Creek. Oh man, hate to hear that, man. A1 says him and his brother have not found the crappie. Yeah, it's been super hit or miss for me too. Keith, some days the crappie will hit jigs, other days they will hit minnows. Yeah, man, just depends. I try to use jigs for the most part, especially during the spawn. I feel like during the spawn they don't really care. They're just trying to protect their nest. But in the summertime, I will be having minnows in the boat. LOL, I know the feeling. I'm just as superstitious. Looking nice. Thanks, man. A1, me and my brother is interested in bank fishing with you in those creeks by you, but we've been so busy lately. As soon as things ease up, we'll contact you. Yeah, man, no problem. Yeah, I totally understand. Thanks, Fredo. Yeah, man, I'm getting ready to really clean it. I had a lot of mud and stuff in here, and I had to clean it all up. Mark, Kid the Dock Shooter is up and going used all weekend. Need to take you to shoot some docks. Oh yeah, man, it's time. It's time. I'm super ready for that. Television Pilot says he's usually loaded up for 3 or 4 weeks now, but he's barely found any himself. And it's just been super weird. We've had a lot of rain. We've had tornadoes. Today it was 93 degrees here in Texas. North Texas specifically. 93 degrees. I mean, just it's way too hot for the first week of April, the first few days of April for that matter. Crop Express, haven't had my boat in the lake in a while. Been fishing my brush in the backyard from the bank, nothing at all on it yet. Sitting in 13 to 5 foot. Nice, man. Yeah, that's the thing. You know, the one thing that I think these fish could be doing, the crappie specifically, could be trying to spawn deep. I know a lot of the lakes around here, with the rain, they'd go up and down, up and down. Those crappie do not like that water moving up and down when they're trying to spawn because, you know, you got to think, the bank lines here, they come over here and spawn and lay their eggs, and the water comes up. Well, those eggs are in, you know, a foot more water, 2 foot more water sometimes, and they don't hatch. You know, that's a very specific light penetration they need, and all that for those eggs to hatch, and they don't want to chance it. So they'll spawn deep where that water, especially if the water's clear, where that water going up and down doesn't hurt as much if they're on the bank. Because they don't want to leave their eggs high and dry either, so it kind of works both ways that way. Yeah, going back down in temperature, yeah, it is. I know that creek water today had to have been pushing 70. Like, it just felt warm. Like, it felt like summertime water. So, I don't know what that means specifically, but open water on Louisville has been pretty clear. Yeah, and I think a lot of those fish will spawn on those deep trees. I really do. Everyone that I know and everyone that I know fishes around the same kind of stuff that you know I fish, I have not seen or heard much good reports. I found crappie, you know, in the creeks, in the trash pile for the most part. But those fish aren't spawning. Those fish are staging. They don't spawn. I don't believe they spawn there because there's a lot of current right there. I just don't think they'd successfully spawn there. But who knows? But I definitely think a good chunk of the spawn is behind us. More than I thought was behind us. Texas Outdoor. They'll probably check some mid-depth stuff on Hubbard tomorrow, but not expecting much. Wind may be a factor, though. Yes, man. I was honestly getting ready to try and go to Hubbard this week, too, but, man, that wind just blows and blows and blows. And that's why I say as soon as I can get the wind not blowing 40, then I'm going to be in the boat looking for those post-spawn fish. I feel like there's a group of fish that's already spawned and they're moving out. I'm going to go find them. Sir Johnson, thanks so much for being here. I was catching crappie in the winter in 20 foot of water at Lake Waco several years ago. Nice, man. I want to get down to Waco for sure, like Mark said. I've been catching sand bass, Crappie Express. It's slowed down a lot, but I still have been catching some. Mark Spurgeon, I don't understand why no one is catching crappie. I had a good weekend catching crappie. You just said it. Oh, you just said it. They're in deeper water. Yep. I'm looking for spawning fish, Mark, and those are super hit or miss. And then, obviously further east you go, just the better the fishing is. Like, I'd love to go to Cedar Creek or Palestine and just wear them out, but I know it's just a little far still for me right at the second. But by the way, the Mavericks this year, no good. No good. I need to stop wearing this shirt because it's embarrassing this year. Sir Johnson, I was fishing for catfish in 20 foot of water with minnows and started catching crappie. LOL, nice. Yeah, those minnows they'll catch everything. That's for sure. Anything that swims by will eat a minnow. Crappie Express, my buddy in East Texas did great 3 weeks ago. Slayed them in coves. Yep. And that's one thing I want to check around here. The fishing here is just not good. And it seems to be getting more and more like that. I don't know why. I haven't caught any hybrids this year. I've been looking. I haven't caught any. I haven't caught a single one, which is odd to me, especially into April already like this with all the rain we've had. Mark, shallow bite this year was very hit or miss. I think he says he thinks they spawned early. Yep. I agree, Mark. I think they did their thing early before me, before I was looking for them. I was chasing sandies, and I bet they were spawning. Texas Outdoors, you need your own merch, man. Then you can ditch the Mavs shirt. LOL, yeah, for sure. Someday for sure. We need to take you to Lake Waco and Halbert. They're closer. Yeah, they are closer. Yeah. I've been to Lake Halbert once. Was it once? No, a couple times when I was younger. Me and my uncle. My uncle lives in Richland, down there by Chambers, and we'd go down there all the time on the weekend. We'd go to Halbert. We'd fish Chambers. Had a lot of good times over there over the years. Crop Express lake level on Louisville is perfect. Yes, it is. They're keeping those gates open, keeping that level topped off. They don't want it to get too high. But we'll get there. I mean, I got some guide trips coming up, and I'm gonna try and keep pumping out videos as much as I can, and that's the goal. Sir Johnson, I went fishing yesterday, and they were eating my dead minnows off the top of the water, but would not bite a live minnow. Yeah, it's funny. Sometimes they want those dead minnows like that. It's so weird how they do that. They do that at my home lake, too, in the summer sometimes. I think those dead ones, they don't move, obviously, so I think they're a little more enticed by them versus one that's going to try and get away from them. But I'm telling you guys, you can go check out my Instagram. I posted a story, 2 stories actually, where I just like literally just got back from walking. I was so tired, still tired. Um, just just one of those days where you're just like, man, this I hate crappie spawning. I really do. Crappie, A1, that's all me, and my brother uses minnows because of the variety of fish they attract. Yep, that's true. You never know what you're going to catch with a minnow. I might actually do a video or 2 tomorrow with that. I'm not sure yet, but I'm going to try, I think. Me and Junior went to Rockport 3 weeks ago to my buddy's beach house. Wasn't bad. First time there. Caught some black drum. Ready to go back. Nice. Yeah, that ocean fishing is really fun. I need to get down there and do that more. Fredo, man, kid, I can't even keep up with your videos here. I've been trying, man. I've been trying. I have definitely been trying. Brandon Higgins, the only way I've been able to catch any has been 6 to 8 foot of water. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of thinking. Thanks so much for being here, by the way, Brandon. Post a link for your guide services, Daryl says. Thanks so much for being here, Daryl. Let me see if I can do this. I don't think it's going to let me. Yeah, I have it, Daryl, I have it linked in all my videos down below. It's just kidcrappie.com. Check it out on there. Oh, there you go. My wife put it in there. Thanks, babe. I do, especially as we get further into post spawn, I'll be doing, Lake Ray Roberts. I'll be doing Grapevine. I'll be doing probably some Louisville stuff too. Joe Pool. Joe Pool's getting ready to really heat up, you guys. That main lake bite, when those fish get post spawn, up until about June, July, June. I say mid June. It's really, really good on Joe Pool. So if you're wanting to get on Joe Pool, get on Joe Pool bite or learn Joe Pool, definitely get with me pretty quick. May is going to be just money out there. It is every year, and it's a lot of fun, a lot of fish. So if y'all are interested in that, I don't believe anyone else guides for crappie on Joe Pool. Could be mistaken, but I don't believe anyone else does. And then, Grapevine will be heating up soon, and if you're interested in that, I definitely love to have you out. We are getting really close to that main lake bite heating up. The lake Saturday was 65, 67 near the creek, says Television Pilot. Catfish were biting jigs on shallow banks between docks, and some colored male crappie shad everywhere. Yep. The shad thing is really, really interesting to me. The shad's trying to spawn. I've been seeing reports, main lake shad spawn going on. I'm just like, man, it seems so early for that to happen. I'm not an expert on that by any means, but it definitely seems that is kind of a late April, early May thing from what I've seen. And here it is, first week of April, and they're spawning already. And that's kind of what's also making me wonder if these fish are further than we think. Fredo, yeah, man, they're doing great. Thanks so much. Hope you and Vicky are doing well, and the grandkids and everything, man. Great grandkids, everything. They're definitely keeping us busy. They are definitely keeping us busy. Oh, Albert, thanks so much for that super chat, man. I really appreciate that. That goes a long ways. Yeah, I'd love to have you out, man. Definitely love to have you out. Just let me know, and we'll get out there, catch a bunch of fish. What spring? No kidding, Mike. I'm telling you, it felt like June today. I'm just blown away by how this weather is this year. My screen kind of went funny. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I just want to make sure my battery wasn't dying. It was acting funny. But thanks again, Albert. That just helps me so much. You have no idea, Albert. I really, really appreciate that. Vicky beats you to doing yard work and patio work. That's why your back's out. Oh yeah, blame Vicky, huh? That's funny. Sir Johnson, I've heard those small lakes by Hubbard were good for crappie. I have done well in old gravel pits. Yeah, and I have not checked that many gravel pits this year. Shame on me. There's just so much like things for me to do. It's almost overwhelming to an extent, you know, like I want to go fish ponds, I want to go fish gravel pits and find those little off the path, you know, places but golly, it's just like I can't pull myself away from sand bass and, you know, and just the creek stuff and all that. So it's just Mike, the Gulf is warm. It's going to be weird for a while. Yeah, man, the Gulf of Mexico definitely seems pretty. Like it definitely seems to be ahead of schedule. I mean, we had a. I wouldn't say we had a cold winter by any means, but we definitely had a winter. I feel like the cold, really cold stuff didn't last very long, but we definitely had some cold times. I feel like. But yeah, and like I said, I was sweating like crazy coming back to the car. And Sir Johnson, have you been to Navarro Mills? It's a good crappie. Like, yeah, I have been down there. And I was gonna go down there, but it seems like a lot of people are fishing down there, so I have not been back down there. It's been a few years. 2 freezes, yeah. I wonder. We had. Don't get me lying. I can't remember exactly, but it didn't freeze a ton, that's for sure. And you're further north than me, so I know it would have froze more up that way. You can tell we got that dry line sloshing back and forth. So, but. My neighbor's across the street. I thought he was gonna come over here and chat. I don't think he knows I'm talking to my phone. Aquila's a good one too. Yeah, it is. I don't think I've ever been there. I have not ever been there, but I will one day. That's for sure. Hey, how's it going? Mark Kid, I think the crappie will be around 10 more days before the move in on beds. I have seen males fanning the beds on Aquaview. Awesome, man. Yeah, I remember you saying that now. That'd be pretty cool. It's a mud hole, sir. Yeah, you guys, you know, like I said earlier, you like to support, super chats, cash app. My wife put that in there. I definitely don't like to be too pushy with that kind of stuff. I don't want to just always talk about this and that, money, this and that, but that kind of thing definitely helps. It's Crappie Express, man. I did go to Eagle Mountain. This was probably 2 weeks ago. No, probably two, 3 weeks ago. And I went out there and caught one fish, saw a lot of fish, couldn't get to them on docks, but I will be back for sure. As soon as this wind stops blowing so much, I'm going to be out there. I live really close to it now, and so I'd love to guide over there too if I can get on a good enough bite. I definitely would. Yeah, I'd love to try that out, Mark. It'd be pretty cool. Well, yeah, you guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping things up and jump off here, but it's Just wanted to kind of touch base on what I've been finding out there. Yeah, that wind's been keeping me off the lake too. I'm not getting out there in 30, 40 mile an hour winds. Mike says our lakes are low out here, so don't know what is going on. Been just trying to get things in line. Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. Oh, sounds good, Mark. Yeah, man. Appreciate that. Well, yeah, you guys, I'm going to jump off here, but thanks again for all the support. Thanks, everyone, for being here. I know I've been inconsistent with these, but I try to keep it at least Monday, every Monday that I have something to talk about. And I really enjoy getting on here and chatting with you guys. And thanks for all the support. Couldn't do it without you guys. Yeah, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and jump off, but take care, A1. I appreciate that. But everyone take care. I appreciate it, Brandon. Everyone take care. Have a great evening, great night, and a safe week. And hopefully I'll see you out on the water. Y'all, Fredo, thanks so much, man. You didn't have to do that, buddy. Thanks so much, man. Appreciate it, Fredo. Take it easy, everyone, and we will catch you on the next one. See ya.